Welcome to CSBJ Radio. CSBJ Radio is the premier online business talk radio show in the Southeast. CSBJ proactively connects, informs, and engages its listeners in all aspects of small business. Discover the entrepreneur in you with CSBJ Radio. Now, here's your host, Greg Wilson.
Hello, and thank you for tuning in to another edition of CSBJ Radio. I am your host, Greg Wilson, and also the publisher of Connection Small Business Journal. Today's podcast is being sponsored by Supreme Fast Tax. If you're looking for professional tax preparation for both individuals and businesses, contact 706-507-1040. Call today. Again, that telephone number is 706-507-1040. Again, we thank you for tuning in to, another podcast of CSBJ Radio. Feel free to follow us online. Our website address is www.connectionssbj.com. Today's podcast will be posted on Facebook, Twitter, and also on our website. The topic for today that we wanted to talk about as we approach the 60-day mark of a new year. We're almost 60 days into the year 2013. And several of us had maybe small business plans for last year. We wanted our particular businesses to go into a different direction or a new direction or a better direction. And we put certain plan and processes in place. So I think now approaching the 60-day mark, it's time for us to take a look at those plans, take a look at those processes that we've had in place and see if there need to be any modifications or any changes. So I'm labeling this as a small business checkup. And I wanted to discuss, 3 reasons why our small business need a checkup. And as we go through this today, talking about this checkup, I'm going to closely relate it to the checkup of a vehicle. So many times, and I've been guilty of it myself, we drive our cars, drive our vehicles, and we don't necessarily do the monthly maintenance or the necessary maintenance in place or that needs to take place to sustain our vehicle until that check engine light comes on. And then we have an aha moment, and then we run and take it somewhere to get it checked out or get it diagnosed. But there are ways to prevent that. And even as it relates to business, the description of the analogy of the car and a business with a check engine light that comes on, these things run a very close parallel. So as we go through this today, we're going to be making parallels between a vehicle and our small businesses. So even the monthly maintenance or the necessary maintenance for that it takes to run a vehicle, changing the oil, changing the filters or looking at the blades, the windshield wiper blades, making sure that the lights are all functional to ensure safety, making sure that even the brakes are safe. These different things that we do from a business or from a car standpoint also can relate to our business. All right, so we want to look at 3 reasons why our small businesses actually need and can actually gain value from a small business checkup. And we truly believe that even for number 1, that a business is going to perform better. Just as much as a car performs better once it's maintained or as it's maintained, a business will also perform better in the market. And under performance, we can ensure that our business is running profitably. Let's take a look at how much money that we as small business owners are actually making. At the end of the day, we are in business to make money. Yes, we have a good product. Yes, we have a very good dream. But at the end of the day, we are in business to make money. So we need to make sure that our business is running profitably. We don't need to have money as much as money comes in the door, it's going out the back window. No, we need to make sure that it's running properly, make sure that we have things in place, processes in place to ensure that the business continues to run with a very good profit margin. Make sure that our business is sustainable. Again, this is all under the performance of our small business, but make sure that it's sustainable. Our marketing plan or our business plan should be, yes, for the here and now, but we need to modify that, change that to make sure that it's sustainable for years from now. And make sure that we're focused. Focus on what is working in my business. Focus on what is not working in my business. If I've invested money in radio X amount of dollars into radio and I have not received a return on that initial investment, then I need to find out why I did not receive a return on that investment. And maybe I need to look at another means or another avenue or another venue for marketing my business. Number two, our businesses could be viewed as being safer. Now, what do I mean by when I say that a business could be viewed as being safer? Safe from our current economic conditions. And right now, I'm telling you, we're living in a very financial type or tight economic time here, even in our country. We have peaks, we have lows. Our economy has highs, our economy has lows. Our small business needs to be safe from those changes. Okay? Safe from our competitors. Now, what do I mean when I say safe from our competitors? We need to make sure that we are looking at our competition on a daily or a weekly basis. I need to know what my competition is doing. As a small business owner, you need to know what your competition is doing. You know, if you're offering a product or service, it doesn't matter today what that product and service is. But if you're offering a product and service, let's say for $200, and your competition is doing the same product, offering the same amount of service, the same quality of service, cheaper, then we need to find out why are we overpriced when our competition is charging less or more. Again, this can go either way. It can go with a cheaper product or a more expensive product. I don't want to be underpriced. You know, I don't want to offer a service for $200 when my competition is offering that same service, the same quality of service for $400. Well, number one, why is there that much of a difference in pricing? All right. Sometimes I found that customers can even begin to look at your particular business because trust me, your customers know what the competition is doing. Trust me, your customers know what the competition is charging, what they're doing, and the level that they're performing those charges or performing those services at. So again, we want to be safe from our competition by always knowing what our competition is doing. All right. To me, that is smart business, to know what my competitor is doing. And under the small business being safer, one big thing for me, we need to be safe from our customers. And what do I mean by that? Sometimes it's so easy to just focus totally on the customer base that you already have, which is a good thing. That's a good thing. We're not taking anything away from that. But sometimes it's so easy to be focused on that existing customer base that we have our blinders on and are only looking at our existing customer base. And sometimes it's hard to focus on obtaining new customers. It's hard for me to be focused on putting more customers into the pipeline, building my network, improving customer relationships when I'm solely focused on my existing customer base. So I want to encourage you to be safe from your customers. Always look at your competition and always take a look at even the economic conditions and making sure that your business is profitable. And finally, just as with a car, if I do the monthly maintenance, if I do my due diligence, if I change the oil, rotate the tires, make sure that the windshield wiper blades are not dry rotted or they're up to par, making sure that the brakes are not squeaking, those types of things. 9 times out of 10, as with a vehicle, I will reach my destination. I will reach my destination. And the same thing applies to a small business. If we do the necessary things, reviewing our goals, checking our processes that we have in place, our procedures that we have in place, taking a detailed look at the progress that we've made, we will reach our destination. We will reach that destination of profitability. We will reach that destination of sustainability in our market by doing the necessary things. So as we look at reviewing your goals, see if we need to make changes. I've written down my goals at the beginning of the year. Now, approaching the 60-day mark, I'm looking to see where I am as it relates to the goals that I've already written down. Do I need to make changes? Do we need to change the goals? All right. Goals can be changed. Forecasts can be changed. Even the weather. They may forecast 30% chance of rain but they may have to come back and modify that with new computer data to say, hey, we need to change this forecast. Yes, we originally planned for originally forecasted 30% of rain, but now let's change that to 50% so we can change the goals. Check your procedures and processes that you have in place. You're not going to know that you've gone off course if you haven't taken a look at the original plan. You're not going to know if you are actually reaching the goals without knowing in full detail what the original goal was. Make sure that we don't need to necessarily correct the course. If I've gotten off course, then I need to make modifications to get back on course to obtain my goal. So again, we're approaching the 60-day mark. It's a perfect opportunity now to see if we're on course and to make sure that we reach our destination. Again, our destination is the destination of profit. The destination is the destination of helping people. The destination is the destination of providing a great, viable service in the small business community. So again, we thank you for tuning in today. 3 reasons your small business needs a checkup. We just listed those. We're going to post these on our website. Our website again is www.connectionssbj.com. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. We pretty much use every aspect of social media from Pinterest to StumbleUpon. We encourage you to follow us here at Connection Small Business Journal. Again, thank you for tuning in. I am your host, Greg Wilson.